Welcome back to the Spiked and Sight podcast. This is episode 14, and I'm your host, Val Constein, pro athlete for Nike,
Two-time Olympian.
two-time Olympian.
Yeah, and I'm Kyle. Proud cat dad. I don't know. We're back. Episode 14.
Episode 14. So, in the last episode, we talked a little bit about how we were going to have some exciting stuff to talk about in this episode, because I had a race and Kyle went to Austin. So, I think we can just kind of jump into the race that I did last week.
Yeah, what was the race?
So I went to Boston, BU Terrier Classic, and I ran the 3K. And I didn't run as well as I thought I could have. I ran like 8:56.
Yeah.
And I was hoping to run closer to a PR, so somewhere around sub 8:41.
Yeah.
And I was pretty upset after the race, and then I quickly realized that I was sick. And I had been kind of like gaslighting myself leading into the race, like, oh, this cough, it doesn't mean anything. My nose is runny. It's probably just allergies. And then after the race, like all my symptoms got way worse. And the night after the race, I was pretty sick, coughing all night. And the next couple days were pretty bad. And
Yeah.
just kind of sucks. Like you spend all this time and effort trying to get fit and doing all these hard workouts and spending all this money to like go out to these big races. And then, sometimes it just doesn't come together.
Yeah. No, for sure. It was a bummer. Yeah, it was interesting because the whole week before Val's race, I was gone. I was out of town for work. And every time we were like chatting on the phone during the week, she was like coughing, like lightly, not like anything crazy, but I obviously talked to Val quite a lot, and she's not normally coughing like at all. So I was like, in the back of my head, I was like, I didn't want to say anything because I knew she had a race coming up, and I feel like the worst thing someone can do when someone's like mentally preparing to do something really hard is to like put the idea in their head that maybe they're sick. So I didn't like say anything, but I thought numerous times, I was like, why are you coughing? Like, that's weird.
Yeah. And I definitely noticed it too, but obviously like sometimes
It also wasn't like bad enough for you to think like,
Right.
oh, I'm like super, super sick and can't run.
Right.
And the reality is sometimes, I don't know if you've had this. I don't know if I've even had this, but like you hear about people and they like, oh yeah, I was sick, but I ran really good. And so like that can happen.
I feel like every year at NCAA's, indoor NCAA's,
Yeah.
like you hear about some guy who, has the flu and like wins the 3K.
Well, I don't know about every year that
But
the
it
person
happens.
that wins the 3K has the flu.
Okay, well, but it seems pretty common that you hear, especially in indoor, like, and the men in the NCAA's, like a lot of times they're sick and they still run really well.
Yeah.
And so it definitely happens. And, my whole entire career up until these last 2 years, I was always told the story about how Jenny Simpson had the flu in the 2016 Olympics and got third.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Like I was always told that story every time.
No,
I
for
got
sure. I
sick.
think that's how you have to. I think that's
Yeah.
how you always have to approach it. And I also think, like, to your credit, it's not good to go into a race thinking, "Oh, I'm sick."
Yep.
Because then, if you're like, "Oh, I'm sick,"
Then it's an excuse.
right? Then it's an excuse. When it gets hard, you're going to give up. But yeah, I mean, so I actually, luckily, was able to make it work. So I flew out to Boston straight from my work trip, and yeah, you looked really good. You were in a perfect spot with like at like 2K, and then yeah, you could just see it in your face. Just went like looked like you went really deep into oxygen debt like really, really quickly.
Yeah, I like went completely lactic and I was so surprised. I was like, this shouldn't be happening. What's going on?
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
after the
especially based on
race-
the workouts you've been having.
Yeah, I've had crazy workouts. I've had, especially that mile I did at CU was really good.
Yep.
And, I think winning would have obviously been tough because the girl who won ran pretty
Yeah.
fast, but
I think
know,
you could have been whatever. It doesn't matter.
right.
Yeah, I mean, the moral of the story is,
And then afterwards I was like, oh, I'm actually sick. Like this makes sense.
well, it was a little hard to explain because I think at first, like we were all kind of like,
What happened?
yeah, we were like, that was really quite not good.
Yeah.
But I did. No one really wanted to. Yeah, I mean, obviously, like bad days can just happen, so we were just gonna like chalk it up. But it was like I would say like a little more on the surprise. I mean, what did you run? Like 850?
6.
Yeah, 856, which isn't like horrible, but for like the type of fitness you're in, like what we were kind of thinking that you were able to run, it was a little surprising.
I would have, if I had run like an 8:45, it probably would have been like, oh man, I probably got a little bit better. Or like if I'd run 8:40 flat, I would have been like, wow, that's a really good,
Yeah, that was like solid.
right. And
Yeah,
then
like
anything
can't
faster
complain
than
for
that
sure.
would have been like, hell yeah, this is
Yeah.
awesome. And so to run, 15 seconds off of would have been like a,
Well, also for it to look
and for it
as
to feel,
hard as it did.
yeah, because it felt horrible too.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
the last 5 laps were like, I was just like, oh my gosh, what's going on?
Well, and in years past, like I remember, I think it was 2022. I think you went to UW and ran 852, 851 or something.
I think it was like 8:52, 8:53.
Yeah, and you ran it completely solo from the front the entire time.
Well, there was a pacer for the first mile.
Was there?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was complete. Whatever. It doesn't matter. The moral of the story is, well, the funny thing was, we get home. Well, actually, the night after, you got like super sick.
Even immediately after the race, like I think because of how stressful that whole thing was on my
Yeah.
aerobic system, immediately after the race, I was like sneezing a bunch, coughing a bunch. My
Yeah,
nose would not
you were
stop
very
running.
sick. You see, you like whatever. I don't know, like scientifically how it makes sense, but yeah, it seemed like the race, maybe that like really hard effort, or whatever, all of a sudden like made you a lot more sick, and then that was kind of it was, you know, like I kind of like all made sense. It was like, oh, okay, well,
And then it took me
because
a
you
while.
basically were like, I don't know, like with a K to go, I just felt like shit,
Yeah.
and like it was surprising, and then you literally felt like shit the rest of the night because you were sick, and then like the whole rest of the weekend you were sick, and then
Yep.
it got till
Tuesday, I started to feel a little bit better.
yeah, but then you were like, oh, one of the kids, your throat was like sore.
Yeah, my throat got really sore.
Yeah, so you're like, and then someone on the CU team you said had like strep throat, and then you were like talking to me. I have a deep relationship with strep throat back in college. I had like strep throat like fuck, I don't know,
Six times.
6 times in like a 6 month period. I think I probably destroyed my body with antibiotics in that time. But anyways, Val was like talking to me, and she was like saying, "Oh yeah, this guy on the team, he has strep, and my throat's really sore." And she's like, "Oh, I'll just like wait a couple days." And I'm like, my experience with strep throat was the only way that I could get over strep throat was to get antibiotics. And so I was basically like, well, you should go to the doctor just in case it is strep throat, because if it is strep throat, they can just give you antibiotics and he'll turn the corner in like a day.
Mm-hmm.
And then you went and you didn't have strep throat, but what did you have?
So I went to the hospital and they did a strep test because the doctor looked in my ears, nose, and throat, and he was like, yeah, you definitely have a lot of irritation.
Mm-hmm.
And so they ordered the strep test, and then they were like, well, we'll order like a flu test and a COVID test just to like rule those things out. And then my COVID test came back positive. So
Yeah. And you do have a pretty,
I have a bad history with COVID.
yeah, like you got COVID right before the Olympics in 2024 and
Didn't run great.
didn't run great. Like very similarly, like
Got COVID before the US champs in 2022.
yeah, ran terrible
Ran
there.
terrible.
Yeah, I think maybe it has a combination to do with like COVID has, is a little more potent, when it comes to like your breathing and lungs,
'Cause I have
and you
asthma.
also have asthma.
Yeah.
So yeah, you don't have a good history of
I don't-
running.
Yeah, I don't run well when I have COVID. And so
And you didn't know you had COVID
no, I
at
had
the time,
I had
but
no idea. I genuinely I was like, "Oh, I have some irritation, but it might just be allergies because it's been like 60 degrees here in
yeah,
Boulder."
it has been really warm. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think that's the right approach. I mean, I don't think you didn't feel bad enough to not run.
Right. And even if it was like, "Oh, I kind of have a headache."
Like
I
you weren't like horrifically
No,
sick.
and it got way worse after
After, yeah,
I
yeah.
raced. So I think I was racing like right at the point of like no return. And that's probably why it went so poorly.
Yep.
But regardless, I mean, everyone gets sick. It's just a part of it. And I guess a lot of athletes, you know, were struggling with sickness. We saw some people posting about how they were.
Yeah, it's been going around for
Yeah.
sure. I mean, it's that time of year too.
Totally. And I'd rather
But-
get it out of my system, build up some immunities so that when outdoor comes around, I
Yeah.
feel a little more robust.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, obviously a bummer.
Well, yeah, because I spent so much money and I put in so much hard work and it just didn't come together. But that's part of life, you know?
Yeah, you've kind of been on this like slow burn, like with this like the new training over the last like year and a half. Is it year and a half?
Mm-hmm.
Year and a half. And like working with Sean Carlson.
Mm-hmm.
But like maybe on paper people would be like, "Oh, I don't know."
Yeah.
But like guys, I promise you every fucking other thing couldn't be going better.
I know. Yeah.
And so like I don't know, at least in my mind it's like it's going to come together.
Totally.
Like at some point it's like inevitable. Like it's kind of got to keep showing up. But yeah, it was a bummer. I felt bad for both you and Carlson because it's just like I feel like you guys deserve a win.
I know. I would like to run well also.
Really?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, that's shocking.
I do. I love running, but I also love to run well.
Yeah, running like shit's not that fun.
Yeah, exactly. And so I'm ready for some good races ahead. But unfortunately, because last week was kind of a wash with training,
Yeah.
like I did one workout on Tuesday and it felt pretty good, but then I felt kind of bad after the workout on Tuesday. So Wednesday was kind of tough. Thursday was really tough. And then on Friday, I went to practice and I was like, okay, before we scratch from the
Well, what
race.
were your plans
So I
for
would-
some context?
So my plan was over the Valentine's Day weekend, I was
Yeah.
either going to go to Boston again to race a 3K or go to the JDL fast track in North Carolina. And it
Yeah.
was kind of like, oh, which one do I want to go to? I'm not sure.
But you were probably going to go to JDL because
JDL.
you're in the fast heat,
Yeah.
and that race looks pretty sick.
Yeah, and it looked great. It was like a lot of familiar faces. It would have been fun to race on a new track.
Yeah.
And I've heard nothing but good things about JDL. They recently redid it. It's a banked 200 Mondo, like all these great things. I was excited. And we were like, okay, well, let's see how Friday goes. If the Friday workout goes well and you feel good, like the Friday workout was supposed to make me feel confident
Yeah.
and do something hard and push.
Mm-hmm.
And then, okay, we'll see how it goes. And then if it goes well, then we'll try to get into JDL. But on Friday, unfortunately, like it felt okay,
But didn't feel like that
it
great.
didn't feel good. And like I was doing these 300s and I had done them like that same workout before Boston.
Yeah.
And I felt really good, like really snappy, really fast, super floaty.
Yeah.
And the second time it was just like I felt like I was pressing the whole
Yeah.
time. Just pressing to try to hit the paces, and we were doing this cut down and actually I was pacing. Well, I was doing the workout and this college girl was supposed to just hang on for dear life.
Mm-hmm.
And on the last one, I could hear her like creeping up on me and I was just fully lactic and I was like, oh, this sucks. Like I'm going to get passed by this college girl. Which happens. I mean,
Which happens.
you get beat by college kids all the time as a pro. Actually, it's crazy. And then after those 300s, we were going to do like a mile, kind of fast, like 5:15 pace in a mile at the end. And I felt so bad for that last mile. Like my heart rate was over 170. I was like redlining for this mile, and it should not have been that hard. Like
Yeah.
we did the exact same thing 2 weeks ago and it was way easier.
Yeah.
And so after the workout, I was just talking to the coach and I was just like, that was really hard. He was like, well, I think we both know
Yeah.
what
Probably
you should
just
do.
chill.
And so, yeah, unfortunately, I am scratching from these Valentine's Day races because if I'm going to spend that much money, if I'm going to like make the commitment to go somewhere, I really want it to go well. And I want to feel good before I go into it.
I also think too that like going into a race at whatever percentage, 80 or 90% or whatever it would be, is probably you know, it's not like USA's where you have to go race.
Right. Or the Diamond League final or something. Like
Yeah,
there's-
where it's like an opportunity you don't want to miss out. It's kind of
Yeah.
like, oh, you're like right now you're really just trying to show your fitness and build confidence. So it's like if you're not feeling 100%, it doesn't really make sense to invest the time or money to maybe like, yeah, of course it's always, you know, it's always possible you could have some amazing day that maybe you don't expect, but like realistically, you do this stuff enough, you have a pretty good idea of like, okay, yeah, I'm not 100%. It's going to be hard to have a great day.
Exactly. So unfortunately won't be racing over Valentine's Day, but there should be a couple other indoor meets.
Yeah, hopefully. I hope you get one more chance. It would be nice for you to. I really think that you're in. I mean, we know you're in really really good shape. I think that a PR is totally reasonable for you. It'd be nice for you to be able to check that off, but if it happens, it happens. If not, no big deal. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day.
Exactly. Yeah, there's plenty of other fun stuff around the corner. I mean, outdoors creeping up on us. I mean, we're almost halfway through February.
Dude. Yeah, I know. It's crazy. It's already it's not middle of February. It's approaching. It's like a week away from middle of February, but it is crazy that it's already February. Next thing you know, it's going to be March. Next thing you know, it's going to be spring, which I'm psyched for. I fucking hate winter. That's like the thing I just keep thinking about. I drove my car around last night and I had the windows down. I was like, God damn, this is sweet. It was like 60 degrees.
I know.
So yeah.
It's been super nice for running.
I'm sure I've complained about it on this podcast, but running for 5 years in Gunnison in the freezing cold weather just like ruined winter for me.
I
So
know.
now I just love summer and I dread cold weather.
Which is such a bummer. So Kyle hates cold weather so much, and he had the opportunity to go to Austin, Texas.
No, this was actually
Last
kind
week.
of interesting.
And of course, he's in Austin during the freaking ice storm
Yeah.
in Texas. Tell us about your Austin work trip.
Yeah, it was fun. So basically we were going down there. The company I work for had a lot of businesses do this. They call it like sales kickoff or go to market kickoff. One of the two or both. It's basically where like company comes, like all the sales and like sales adjacent teams like come together in the same place and like talk through, you know, the year ahead and what we're looking to do and X, Y, and Z. It's a cool week of work, stuff. And you get to see a bunch of people because people for the company I work for work all over the world. But anyways, I went out there early with a couple of friends from work that I'm really close with. And, we flew out like the weekend before because it was in Austin, Texas, and anyone who's like a big comedy fan will know that the Comedy Mothership, which is Joe Rogan's like comedy club, is in Austin, Texas, which is like the biggest comedy club. I think you could argue it's probably the biggest comedy club in the world right now.
I think it's growing to become. I don't know if it's necessarily there yet because I think there might be a club in LA that's a little.
I don't
bigger.
think those clubs are as popular nowadays. I don't really know though, for like a fact, but from what I've heard is like
It's super popular.
Austin is like the pop-in place for comedy. Anyways, so yeah, we got tickets, me and like a whole group of people, because I was primarily there with like two people, but then there were some other people as well. But we went to like a showcase, which is basically like 10 comedians, or something like that. I don't know. It was like somewhere between 8 and 12, but it was so awesome. It was such a cool experience. Super hilarious. And then, yeah, like Saturday night was just like basically like drinking. After we went to the comedy show, and then we were just like drinking. And then there was other people, because literally people fly in from all parts of the globe, like Australia, like Europe, all over the US. But so there was a lot of other people from my company there. And so we got to meet up with some people from the company as well, and hang out. But yeah, it was super fun. It was fun to see like the people you don't get to see very often. Just like, most people you like either talk on the phone with or do Zoom calls or Slack huddles or whatever. So, yeah, but to your point, so the crazy part was this was when that whole like cross the country like weather event was happening where it was like all the way from, I don't even know how far, like all the way from like Colorado basically to all the way to like the East Coast, where like the East Coast was getting 2 feet of snow. Colorado was getting some snow, but not crazy. But then like farther down south, they were just like getting ice. Austin, Texas, one of those places that got like crazy ice. So Saturday night when we were all out, like after the comedy club and everything, it was like kind of like snowing / like hailing. It was like really weird, like snowishy weather. But it was, when we wake up in the morning, literally just like everything is covered in ice. Like you can't even like walk down the street like without like kind of like sliding like a penguin like on your feet because it's just so slippery. Like,
and some of the employees' flights got canceled.
Oh yeah, it was insane. Literally insane. Like half the people from our company didn't even make it to Austin. They just they just like literally couldn't make it. People, you'd hear about these like horror shows of like travel where people were flying to Austin, then got diverted to somewhere else, and then got stuck there, and then their flights to Austin never like got rescheduled, and then they had to fly home. And yeah, luckily, the funny thing is that we went out there early to like hang out for the weekend early,
to drink and go see a comedy show.
Yeah, and yeah, that like saved us from all the nightmares with travel, which was great because I hate that sort of stuff. I've dealt with enough nightmares when it comes to flying for my whole life, so I'm good on that. But yeah, a lot of people went through it. But anyways, yeah, it was a fun week. And then I flew straight from Austin to Boston.
Let's go.
Yeah, and
it was cold in Boston.
Yeah, cold as shit. Cold as fuck. Snowy as shit.
And the hotel we were staying in.
I was like, God damn. Dude, nightmare. That fucking hotel is nightmare fuel for me. Like, literally, I hated everything about this hotel. Okay, break it. Dude, talk a little about, I forgot about this. This is actually funny.
Okay, so the hotel was undergoing like crazy construction, which I didn't know because I was just like, oh, well, I'll just stay at the hotel that the team is staying at because it'll just be convenient.
Yeah.
And
for sure.
So we go into this hotel and like the whole entire downstairs lobby is getting fixed up or whatever.
There was like, they were like renovating it,
and there was like Harvard was hosting some like international like high school United Nations
something like that,
like some kind of event.
There's just basically a lot of kids
there. So there was like hundreds of high school kids from all over the world running around in this hotel.
Yeah.
And there was construction going on in this hotel. And so Kyle gets in kind of late one night.
Yeah, so we get in late and I'm like, man,
we just eat some food and go to bed.
Yeah, we like go to bed pretty early. And I keep in mind, like, I didn't get much, like I slept, but not like I never got like a good night of sleep, I would say, you know, because you're hanging out with people that you don't get to see very much. So being
social, staying up.
Yeah. You just sleeping is not like, or like, it's like you stay up kind of late and then also people want to like get up and like go for a run or whatever. And I'm into all that stuff too. So yeah, I just, probably got like 6 hours of sleep a night or 7 hours. I don't know. Just not a good night of sleep.
So anyways, we go to bed relatively early, like at 9 or 10, whatever.
Yeah.
And then at like 6 a.m, there's these kids who must be staying in the room above us.
Yeah, like directly above us.
And they start like WWE wrestling.
It was so insanely loud.
And shouting and like.
Yeah, and like shouting. I was just thinking like if I was doing it, like my mom would literally kill me if I was doing this stuff. Like where are your parents?
And then after the kids left at like 7 a.m.
Yeah, then it was just fucking jackhammers.
Then the construction crew came in and we just heard jackhammering for the next 4 hours.
Yeah. And then just like the lobby was just like a disaster. The elevators, remember the elevators? Like one of the elevators wasn't working.
There were three elevators.
It was like a 30-story building.
Yeah. And there was only 3 elevators and only 2 of them were working reliably at a time.
Yeah.
So you'd wait for like 5 minutes for the elevator.
But not only was there people, there was like construction and then like the like hotel employees.
Well, because the like employee elevator, that's supposed to
Yeah.
where the maids and
Yeah.
construction people were. That hotel elevator wasn't working.
Yeah, I know.
So
There
they
was
were
only
using
2
the guest
elevators.
elevator, and
Yeah.
so it was like,
And they
it was-
weren't big elevators
no,
either.
it was far too crowded, and
It was nightmare fuel for me. I was like, what the fuck?
it was kind of funny though, like all these foreign kids, like Abby Nicknacki was on an elevator that I was like gonna get on,
Uh-huh.
and she was standing there, and there was like 3, high schoolers in there taking mirror selfies with their Birkin bags, and I get on the elevator. And I'm like, hey, Abby, what's up? And then one of the girls turns around and she's like, oh my God, are you two sisters? And Abby and I looked at each other and I was like, yep, this is my little sister. And I patted Abby on the shoulder and Abby rolled her eyes and the girls were like, oh my gosh, you guys look so similar. And it's just funny because like the only similarities between Abby and I is we're both white and blonde. She has blue eyes, I have brown eyes.
That's funny.
We don't have the same nose. We don't have the same like face. And then
Yeah, you're pretty much just both blonde.
we're just both white and blonde. And then the high schoolers get off the elevator, and Abby was like, yeah, when I first got on the elevator, the high schoolers that were in there were like, oh my gosh, you're so pretty. You look like an angel. And Abby was just wearing like a parka and like a beanie.
It's funny.
Yeah, it was funny, but it was crazy. Like, I think that all the kids probably came from money because they had some expensive.
Yeah, they were all wearing
liner.
like Gucci stuff. It was pretty crazy.
They were like
I
Louis
was
Vuitton, Gucci.
I was kind of joking around. I was like, how, like, if these kids are from money, like their parents must really not like them because they put them in a crap hotel.
Yeah, the hotel was shitty. Well, then it was actually funny. So Kyle and I were like on the 8th floor or whatever.
Yeah.
And then we were gonna go like talk to Sean Carlson like after the race. And so we took the elevator up to like the 25th floor.
It's like the 26th floor or something.
And we get off and it's like a different world.
Yeah, it was like a paradise.
It was like quiet, nice.
Yeah.
His room had like light coming in.
Yeah.
The carpets looked good. It was like
Everything about it. It was like you could tell that they renovated the top part first, so that it was
yeah.
like newly renovated. And then we got up there
And we were
because
like,
I
"What?"
was saying, I was like, man, this has got to be like a nightmare for everybody because these are not like the best like sleeping conditions and everything. So I don't know if the athletes were on.
They were all on upper floors.
They were.
Yeah.
How did you get put in the slums then?
I think it would have cost more money. The hotel was
Oh my
not cheap.
God.
It was like $300 a night.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Well,
Super expensive.
yeah. Anyways,
Yeah, it was crazy.
it
And
was
then
brutal. It was pretty funny. I was like,
the
this
other part of the
sucks.
hotel that was crazy was that like the gym was above the parking garage.
Uh-huh. Oh, so was it really cold?
It was drafty up there, but the worst part was that it smelled like diesel fuel. Because I think
Oh
they used,
yeah, that's right. You said that.
I think they used like a generator to heat the parking garage, probably.
Mm-hmm.
And so it just smelled like fuel in the workout room. But there were 3 treadmills, so it was decent.
Yeah, no, the gym was nice.
And they had some like workout equipment or whatever, and so I ran there. But running outside was just not really.
No, it didn't make sense. It was so snowy. There was
Yeah.
just like 5-foot high piles of snow like everywhere.
Yeah, it was crazy, and it was super cold. So like when we arrived, there wasn't enough space on the treadmills for everyone to
Yeah.
do their shakeouts, and so some of the girls were cross training that day anyway, so it didn't really matter.
Yeah.
So they could ride the stationary bike, but I didn't want to have to wait for 45 minutes because it was kind of late, and I wanted to just get the night over with.
Yep.
And so I went outside because I was like, oh, I'll just run to the Charles River. Like, it's not that far
Mhm.
away. It's, probably plowed. It's great. And I get outside and I was instantly frozen. I was like, oh my God, I gotta start running. So I run to the first traffic light and I have to stop. And I'm thinking, okay, I have to go through like 4 more traffic lights to get to the Charles River.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't just be standing here
No.
at the traffic light.
No.
So then I gave up on the idea of running at the Charles River and I just did laps around the hotel. And it was like
That's brutal.
probably like 400 meters each lap.
How many miles did you run?
I ran 3 miles.
Yeah. Yeah. Luckily you
So-
didn't have to run more than that would suck. But yeah, like even before Val raced, a lot of the times when I go to Val's races, I'll like try to warm up and cool down with her just because otherwise she'll just be completely by herself. So I warmed up with her before a race, and I just had like a normal pair of like running like sweatpants, and which were not particularly thick, but it was really cold, and my knees, like when I got back from like the cool down or the warm up, they were so cold that like I could feel like my like kneecaps like de-thawing, you know, and when something's really cold and then it's like warming back up, it can like hurt. Anyways, I was freezing to death on the warm up, even though I had like good stuff. It was just really cold. Particularly like my legs were just cold. Like I kept asking Val, I was like, are your legs getting warm? Luckily she had 2 pairs of pants, because I was like, if I was warming up for this race, this warm up would have done nothing to like actually like warm up my leg muscles. But
Yeah. I wore tights and a pair of like rain pants over top of the tights.
yeah.
And I had on like a thermal quarter zip, a raincoat, and I had on my puffy down jacket over top of it. And I had on a wool headband,
Yeah.
but
yeah.
still I had to keep the hood of my puffy down jacket over my head because my head was still getting so cold. It was frigid.
Yeah, it was pretty bitterly cold. But yeah, anyways, so after the race, luckily there's some treadmills in the BU, like this like closet.
Back corner. Yeah.
Yeah, there was some treadmills, because Val was like, "You want to go outside and cool down?" And I was like, "No, I don't think I can do that again." I mean, I could have, obviously. I was being a bit of a wuss, but yeah, luckily she was able to cool down on a treadmill.
It was probably better for my respiratory system too, because
Yeah.
honestly, at that point, like even on the warm up, my nose was running a ton.
Was it?
Yeah, my nose was running like the whole time on the warm up.
Val was just gaslighting yourself. I'm fine.
Yeah. I feel like talk to any woman who's ever done a distance event and she will tell you the incredible gaslighting that she's done to herself before all these races. But yeah, I mean, I think all in all, like it was
Just one of those. I mean,
it was just one
bad
of those
race.
things. Yeah. So, but
Gotta
well.
pay. The good races wouldn't be nearly as enjoyable without the bad ones.
It's true. And I don't know. I mean, I think about like other parts of my career where I was just injured for long periods of time.
Yeah.
And I think I would take running like dog shit in a race over being injured.
Oh, for sure.
Like any day.
Yeah, for sure.
And
No,
so
for sure.
I can't take that for granted. Like, okay, at least I'm healthy. At least, you know, sure, getting sick sucks, but you know, you take a couple days of running easy. Maybe some workouts feel pretty bad, but at least you're able to run. And
100%.
so keeping that in mind, being like, well, at least I'm healthy enough to run.
Yeah. No, for sure. No, it's like definitely true. It's yeah, there's nothing worse than being injured. And I mean, having bad races can be like heartbreaking, no doubt, but not being able to run at all and just having to sit on the sidelines and not even getting the opportunity to try, is always a particularly it's more painful.
I think so too.
Yeah. But it'll all come together.
I agree.
One point or another.
Exactly. Long career ahead of me. So
Sheesh.
Kyle
Yeah.
and I have been watching
Yeah, the burnt peanut.
The Burnt Peanut. He's a video game streamer on YouTube and Twitch.
And what everyone's thinking, yeah, super nerdy. But
He's so
don't knock
funny.
it till you try it.
Yeah,
He's like maybe the funniest person in general. He's basically a guy that like streams as a peanut playing video games, but it's like I feel like anyone could enjoy it and watch it. Like Val doesn't play video games at all, and she like can't get enough of it, which is pretty hilarious.
I love the Peanut. Every time he starts streaming, like I want to watch it.
Yeah, he's super funny.
He's so funny.
He's super funny. I'm sure there's a lot of, maybe not like girls. I imagine a lot of girls listen to this podcast because of you and like less boys. So I can't imagine there's probably a lot of girls that necessarily watch him, but I guarantee you a lot of boys know.
About Peanut?
Oh, yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, he's like the biggest streamer on planet Earth right now.
Well, one of the reasons why, okay, not only is Peanut super, super funny, but one of the reasons why I like tolerated watching it at first was because it was like Kyle loves Arc Raiders. And so if I want to be able to talk to him about like his video game escapades with his friends, like watching this stream is good because then I can like learn about the game. And then when Kyle, does something with his friends in the video game,
Val definitely doesn't need to do this. This is very nice, but
because I want to know like what you're up to. I want to understand what's going on.
yeah.
And so I was like watching Peanut to be like, okay, he's playing the same game, so Kyle does similar stuff.
Yeah.
And so that's why I first started watching Peanut, because I was like, oh, this could be a way that I can like connect with Kyle.
Yeah, but now Val
I love
loves
Peanut.
it. It's pretty fun. I mean, it is super funny. But yeah, anyways, that's probably like the nerdiest thing we do is watch
a Peanut
guy
video games.
guy dressed not like it's not like he's dressed up as a peanut. He's like has like a virtual peanut skin.
Yeah, it's like a Snapchat filter.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Peanut head, and then he just plays this game, and he's so funny.
Yeah, he's very entertaining. Very, very entertaining. The Burnt Peanut. You guys should go check it out.
Check it out.
Not a paid promotion.
Yeah, free plug Burnt Peanut.
For all of our thousands and thousands of listeners.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Anyways,
moving on. We can.
Besides that, we don't have too much longer, but it is a couple of things are going on right now. Two kind of cool things.
Mm-hmm.
The Winter Olympics just started.
Mm-hmm.
Does that have you reminiscing about your Olympic experiences?
I just feel so bad for everyone staying in the Olympic Village because it's always kind of janky. I mean, honestly, that's my first thought. Like I said,
Actually, that was literally what you thought.
Yeah, like I wonder
You
if
weren't like, oh my god, the Olympic magic.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty
Just
cool, but
kidding.
also like it can be tough. The village is. I mean, maybe the Winter Olympic Village is.
I feel like
better.
the village doesn't seem that bad.
The Paris one was pretty disgusting.
Really?
Oh yeah, it was bad. And even Tokyo, there was some stuff about it where it's like we had one bathroom and there were 6 people staying in the place.
For one bathroom for everybody?
Yeah.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Oh, no,
In
that's
Tokyo.
kind of tough.
And then Paris was different. There were 6 people staying in the place in Paris, but we did have 2 bathrooms,
Oh,
which
that's
was
good.
nice. Well, there was 2 toilets. There was only 1 shower, but that's okay. Tokyo was really great because the like practice facility was really nice. But I heard that in Paris, the US practice facility wasn't that great. I don't know. These are things that you think about as an athlete. You just wonder, like, oh, I hope that their training facilities are decent. I hope that.
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
the training facilities have to be like.
They're sleeping on cardboard beds. That was hard.
Yeah.
Like, the
the thing
beds
is, though, is
are
that
tough.
like winter sports, I would imagine you just have to go, like, if you go practice, right? Like, you're going and practicing, like, at the venue.
It's so busy at the venue, though.
No, I know, but like, I think it's different. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I can't imagine there's like, if you're doing like men's big air,
It's not like.
they don't have another ginormous ass jump somewhere, just
Right. Right. Like all,
they, I don't know,
everyone's-
maybe I'm wrong, but I doubt it.
No, you're probably right. I can see that with the ice rinks. Like maybe the United States has like a different ice rink facility that they go
Yeah,
to
maybe.
for like hockey and skating. But yeah, I mean, some of these events, like there's probably only one thing. And then you're sharing this venue with all of your competitors. I remember like I guess in Paris, I didn't really stay in the village because the conditions were, and like the food at the village was so bad in Paris, like horrible. And I have celiac disease too, so there's really nothing for me to eat. And I'm lactose intolerant, so the French are just housing baguettes and croissants and all these things that would literally kill me, right? And so for me, like the village was hell. I hated Paris.
I love Paris.
Well, yeah. You also didn't have the pressure of like the biggest event of your life.
No, totally. I was just, well, I was very nervous.
Track in front of 80,000 screaming
insane.
fans.
That was insane.
But yeah, I do wonder, like I really hope that these athletes have better conditions than what we had in Paris because it can make a huge
That's
difference.
something that only, well, maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like that's something that only like an athlete who's like been at the Olympics would think about. Like I wouldn't even have occurred to me.
Yeah, that was my first thought. Like when Ollie, the snowboarder that we were watching, the kid
yeah.
from Vail, he's like 17 years old, and I was just thinking like, okay, I hope this kid like.
Yeah, it's so crazy. Some of those like acrobatic, like like you see it in Summer Olympics with like gymnasts, like how young these kids are. It's so crazy to think this kid's a senior in high school
And he got
and
fourth at the
and
Olympics.
he's doing like the most insane tricks. Yeah, fourth is brutal for him. But
Also pretty sick.
did you see the clip? I don't know. I don't think I showed it to you. But so we watched the men's big air like on TV, and then like it was the final. We watched the final, and then the final like wrapped up, and one of the announcers didn't realize they were like his mic was still like a hot mic.
Oh yeah, I heard about this.
And he was like, "That was so boring. That was so boring."
And it was like,
and he was
all
like,
over
the
TikTok.
qualifiers were way better. And I will say, like, yeah, it was like the clip was everywhere. Hopefully that guy doesn't lose his job
He's
over it
gonna
because
lose his job.
he was like, well, I hope not, but he was correct. That was not the most exciting final because basically that guy that won it on like his second run, and then everyone went again, and like no one like threw down. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, tricks are on the men's big air snowboarding event are crazy, but it wasn't like on the last run someone threw down like a crazy banger and they're like, oh, they're in first place, you know?
I mean, I
Like they didn't
guess.
pull like a Shaun White like final run out of nowhere comeback.
I guess, but these guys, that is a super...
I thought he was on point. I thought he was correct.
But I still think that that's incredibly disrespectful because these guys...
He is a snowboarder himself though.
I get it, but still, it's a very dangerous event. These guys are under a lot of pressure.
Well, okay, but here's reality. Here's the reality. Sometimes there's things that are more exciting than other things. If someone threw down like the last run, again, this would be like the most exciting thing. But if someone threw down like the best trick on like the last run, we would have been like, oh, holy shit.
I mean, yeah, but you should just, before you start talking shit about the event that you just watched.
No.
maybe
It was
make
still
sure
sick.
You're not on air.
It would, yeah. No, I agree.
Because
But
all
that's
these guys who just competed are like...
But that could have been a number of failures. That could have been he wasn't paying attention, or like they didn't communicate with him. I mean, there's a number of things. Hopefully, it wasn't his fault.
I don't know. As an athlete, if I just like tried my best at something and the announcer was like, "She fucking sucks," I
It's
would
not.
be
It's. I don't think.
pretty
I don't
upset.
think. No, that's. I don't. I don't think it was like directed at any specific athlete. I think just collectively he was saying it wasn't the most exciting final.
I would,
Compa-
as an athlete, my feelings would be hurt. Just saying.
Okay. I don't know.
That's just my 2 cents on the whole thing. Like maybe it wasn't very exciting.
Okay, a
But
good
still.
example was like the Broncos versus Patriots like game to make it to the Super Bowl. Not the most exciting game.
Yeah.
Fact.
But the announcers aren't going to say that on live TV.
Well, he didn't know he was live, but you can have an opinion. Okay, anyways, this
Anyways,
is
moving on.
stupid.
This is a dumb
This
conversation.
is a super dumb conversation. Everyone listening to this is like, these guys are idiots.
But we've been watching the figure skating.
Yeah.
That's been crazy too.
Yeah. Not a huge fan of the ice dancing personally. The figure skating, that was insane.
Yeah, the couples
The
figure
spinning,
skating.
the throwing of.
And they lift the girl up with one hand and spin her around.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts.
And then they throw her and she does like 3 spins and lands on one foot.
Yeah, that's
So
like the thing.
crazy.
Like you watch like the ice dancing, which obviously I would only ever watch ice dancing in the Olympics. But you watch that and you're like, can you just like throw her? Like, come on. Just do a little.
It is so crazy. Yeah.
No, not to say the ice dancing is very.
I mean, I can't skate
I can't
to
do.
save my life.
I was
so.
these guys are doing like the what is it, the triple sow cow?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like doing a 360 standing in our kitchen just to see if I could do it. I was like, holy shit, that's hard. Maybe I'm just getting old, but yeah. Anyways, it's cool to have the Olympics on.
Yeah, it's been sick to watch.
Olympics are always just something that's cool to turn on.
Yeah, because like
And
you said, otherwise we probably would. Well, we wouldn't be watching these sports. Otherwise.
I would literally never watch ice dancing.
Right. And we wouldn't be watching these sports otherwise. And because obviously Team USA has a bunch of athletes at the Olympics, it's cool to watch these Americans
Yeah.
compete against other people who are the best in the world at their sport.
Yeah. Unfortunately, too. Lindsey Vonn.
Yeah, she got her knee.
You
messed
can-
up.
Well, no. So Val's probably not like super familiar with this, but so basically, Lindsey Vonn, obviously like the most decorated. She's like the most decorated downhill.
She's the goat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
ski racer ever. She like tore her ACL, like fully ruptured it at a World Cup prior to the Olympics. but then decided to still race. And her race was today. I don't know if it was like the qualifier. I don't really know how it works. I didn't actually watch it live, unfortunately, because we were like running and stuff. But she crashed in her run, like really bad. It looked bad. No one knows like how bad it was, but she got airlifted out, so that sucks. But she didn't. No one knows. Like she had already had ruptured ACL.
Yeah.
And
well, I was telling Kyle about, because she's skiing with a fully ruptured ACL.
Yeah.
And I was telling Kyle that at least when my ACL was fully ruptured, like I had no balance on that leg.
Yeah, yeah.
Because the ACL apparently has a bunch of nerves in it for proprioception.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like your ability to understand what your foot is doing and like your lower leg underneath you. And when I didn't have that ACL, I felt uncomfortable even just like walking around. So I genuinely do not understand how Lindsey Vonn was able to even like ski at all.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's just built different. She's like so tough.
They also do that, like when they do the ACL test, it's like when they like pull on your lower leg,
it separates.
Right, like it like moves back and forth, like you can see it.
Yeah.
I remember when they were doing it to you and I was like, ugh. So yeah, it makes sense why the balance, just in that, like the fact that your like lower leg is like more loose than
it's like
normal.
not connected in the proper way.
Yeah, but shout out to Lindsey Vonn for
she's a tough
just
girl.
for trying. She did complete her, I guess, to compete in the actual like full competition, you have to do like a full practice run, and she did that successfully.
Yeah.
And I don't really think you can do, it's not like you can like baby ski, like you can't like pizza down.
No.
You know what I mean? Like they're like,
this is super G. This
yeah,
is, like,
yeah.
the
No, right,
scariest.
right. Like you're not like carving down besides like through the gates.
Yeah.
So it's like she still did the practice run, which that alone is pretty nuts. But yeah, unfortunately, hopefully she's not too messed up. The crazy part is like those skis don't pop off.
No way.
So
because they
it's
have
like,
to withstand so much, and they're really long and heavy.
yeah, I know, which is freaky when you think about crashing and your legs
I
getting
know.
all like,
I
yeah,
know. It's
not,
gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah.
I remember growing up, like they used to host one of the World Cup races in Beaver Creek,
mm-hmm.
and so I didn't live that far away from.
So you go watch.
Yeah, so we'd go
That's
watch
sick.
the finish of these World Cup races, and like it was always kind of crazy. Like you'd see them just like launching
Mm-hmm.
over these things. They're airborne for like 5 seconds, just like flying,
Mm-hmm.
and then they land into a carve and just. It's
Yeah,
so crazy.
crazy.
Super G is insane.
Yeah, nuts. It's nuts how fast they're going too. Like they're going like 90. They probably break 100 once in a while, right?
I think some of the men might, but I don't
Yeah.
know for sure.
Well, they're going like
They go
70
fast.
to like 90 miles an hour, and like if you go 90 miles an hour car, you're moving.
And they're in a squat position the whole time.
Yeah, gotta have a powerful
Rear end.
butt.
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy. But yeah, anyway, shout out Lindsey Vonn. Hopefully she's all right.
Yeah, I hope she's okay.
Mad respect.
What a
for
beast, too.
going for it when you're
She's like
she's
40.
41.
Yeah, 41.
41.
She's still, she's crushing it. But, I mean, yeah.
She probably could have done. I mean, I think she won a World Cup this year.
She did.
Hey, God.
Was he biting the cord?
Yeah, our cat's trying to mess up our mics or headphones.
Classic
per
cat
usual.
behavior. Anyway, so it's been pretty cool. The Olympics have been fun to watch. And
Yeah, and then the Super Bowl's tonight.
yeah. I'm rooting for the Seahawks
As every person who's not
from Massachusetts.
should root for, because
Yeah.
no one wants to see, no one should want to see the Patriots win unless you are like, can't be a bandwagon Patriots fan. If there's any organization to not be a bandwagon fan of, it is the Patriots,
I agree.
because that's like the most like,
If you're
that's the easiest team
If you're
to
from New
bandwagon
England,
for in the NFL,
if you were
like in the last 30 years.
if you were born in New England and if your dad was a Patriots
No.
fan,
There's a variety of ways that you could be a legitimate fan.
Mhm.
If your family's from Massachusetts, if one of your family members from Massachusetts and you grew up watching it,
but even other New England, like, if you're from Maine, you don't have a football team.
no,
If you're
that's
from
fine.
New Hampshire,
No. I'm not
Vermont.
saying yes, general area, but like if you're like, oh, I like football, and then because like for example, I grew up, I loved soccer,
yeah,
right? And I obviously am not from like England, where like the English Premier League is. So like when you choose a team, you're kind of just like choosing a team.
yeah,
if you choose the New England Patriots, you're a loser. Like, equivalently. That's my point.
Okay, yes.
Because you're just basically being like, I'm picking the best team. Like, yeah. Anyways,
I agree 100%.
I think the Seahawks are going to win, though, genuinely. Like, unbiasedly, I think the Seahawks
They've
are.
been playing crazy good.
Yeah.
Which
It'd be
sucks
cool to
'cause
see Sam Darnold
I
win.
kind of don't like the Seahawks because I like the Broncos, but I'd still rather see the Seahawks win over the Patriots because
Yeah, I mean, Drake May is also really young, so
he's really good.
He's really good, but he's young and he'll probably have more opportunities.
And he runs a little too much. He's going to get hurt.
Well, he just needs to slide more.
He needs to slide.
He got a lot of criticism earlier in the year because he wasn't.
He was
like,
allowing himself to get tackled.
Yeah, he was getting. Yeah, but that's just like young. You saw
Yeah.
the same thing with like Jackson Dart. Where he
True.
was just like
Yeah.
throwing his meat at people, and it's like, dude, you gotta
You're gonna get
chill.
hurt. You
Yeah.
get hurt, buddy.
You're getting paid way too much money, and you're like way too valuable to an organization to just be hucking your meat at like 300-pound dudes.
Oh, yeah. Because so it's like, you don't want to go head to head with a cornerback. Don't.
Yeah, but also like I get it. You're young, and you're like, fuck it, whatever.
Well, because it does pay off sometimes. You know, like,
Sometimes,
I mean, Drake May has run a lot this year.
Yeah,
He has a ton of, running in his stats. I don't know what you would call it.
Yeah.
But anyways, he's a really cool player, but I just I cannot root for the Patriots because I feel like that's sacrilegious.
yeah, it's poor form unless you have a good. Like our friend Chelsea is from
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts.
So if she wants
She
it
is
to be,
no, she's a Patriots fan,
she is a Patriots
and
fan.
it's like, okay, yeah, makes sense. That's like fair. Like I can't give you shit. But if you're like, oh yeah, I'm from like Texas,
And I'm a Patriots
right?
fan.
It's like you're a loser.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, all right.
Comment down below. What football team do you root for?
Yeah, guys, leave us some comments. Come on. Need some of that engagement, baby. Yeah. Anyways, I think you have a conspiracy theory on deck?
I guess probably the most relevant conspiracy theory going on right now is WTF with the Epstein files.
Yeah,
Like, what's happening there?
yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's where I would leave it. Everybody knows what your own conspiracy theory about it is.
Everything the government is releasing is definitely 100% fair. Just kidding. What the fuck?
Yeah. That's my conspiracy theory. There's some sketchy stuff going on.
I don't even know if it's a conspiracy theory. I think it's just blatantly like people are being protected
Well,
that
the
shouldn't
thing
be
is,
protected, that are just like enormous pieces of shit.
like 15 years ago, if you could time travel, if you holding Epstein files in your hand and you time traveled 15 years into the past, we're like, look at this, people would be like, you're a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah.
So for a long time, this was a conspiracy theory, and now it's like, oh wow, it's all real.
Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, I think it's just like a matter of trying to.
And the whole world
It's
is
like
looking
it's
at
just
us
like deny until like there's something more interesting.
oh yeah, the news cycle is just waiting for something else to happen.
No, the news wants to keep covering the Epstein files, but it's like the people that are trying to get it to go away are just like, just deny it,
They're punting it.
deny it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. If it looks like a duck, quacks like a duck,
Might be a duck.
might be a dicky. I don't know.
In no reference to Donald Duck. Maybe.
Have your own opinion. I don't know.
Anyways,
Anyways, yeah, we live in a weird world. Do I have a conspiracy theory? I don't think so. I think the Epstein file is a good one.
mm-hmm.
I hope. Well, I guess a conspiracy theory that would go along with that would be like, is all the like terrible things happening, like in Minnesota, part of an effort to like distract from the Epstein files, even though like both are horrible largely for the people, like either way. Like both things are horrible. I don't know. That could be a conspiracy theory. Isn't that like kind of a conspiracy theory that's been thrown around? Is that like this stuff, all the stuff going on with all these things are just distractions from the other things? Which, if you think about it, I don't know if like, if we're getting like really edgy, I don't think you could say like there was probably like intention for horrible, like the horrible things in Minnesota to happen, that have happened. But yeah, I don't know.
But it's kind of one of those things where it's like, if you put a pot on a stove and you turn the heat way up,
Yeah.
at some point that pot will boil over. And I feel like that's
Yeah.
probably,
I just wish there weren't so many horrible things happening.
I know it's kind of, yeah, it's kind of like, all right. Yeah, I honestly feel.
Is it too
kind of
much to
like,
ask just to be like,
let's have some boring stuff happen for
yeah.
a while. Well, here's the thing. I feel kind of bad for those Olympians because, you know, they're probably getting,
yeah, no, well, a lot of the Olympians have been getting asked about stuff going on in the US, and some of them are like kind of like, yeah, it would be tough. It'd be a very tough and distracting thing where it's like, yeah, whether or not, I also like, if it were you and someone was asking you about everything, it's like, dude, I'm just like, here to run.
I know.
Like, yeah, or whatever. And not to say that you shouldn't use that platform to stand up for what you think is right and all that stuff, but also at the same time, it's like, would be distracting.
Oh, I'm sure it's very distracting.
Yeah.
Because
so it kind of takes away from their experience as being Olympians for things that like they're not, you know, I think it's important that they like speak up where they can, but also like if an athlete doesn't want to comment on it, it's like, yeah, well, that's not why they're there. You know? So they're there to do their thing, which they've worked their whole lives for. Like, keep in mind, like, you make it to the Olympics, it's like the biggest accomplishment of your life. I don't know if, like, if it were me, I'd be like, I don't know, I'm not that educated on this stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
exactly.
what does what I say even matter? Like, not to say you shouldn't use your platform for good. You should, if you can, but also at the same time, it's like, dude, I like figure skate, man. Or like I curl.
Yeah.
The fuck? I don't. It doesn't matter what I say.
Like, I'm not a senator.
Yeah. I don't know shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, shout out to all the Olympians in the Olympics, especially the U.S. Go USA.
Yeah. Go
Regardless
USA.
of what might be happening. But yeah, and shout out Lindsey Vonn. That was gnarly. I hope she's all right.
I hope so too.
But
we ready to wrap this thing up?
Episode 14 in the books, guys. Whether or not you're like, oh, they're not gonna make the next one. It's getting less frequent. You shut up.
We're gonna make the next
We're
one.
coming back over and over and over and over again.
Can't stop us.
It's like a train,
Exactly. That comes once every 2 weeks.
whether you like it or not.
Exactly. But seriously, guys, thank you so much for watching or listening or both. If you haven't already, give us a subscribe on YouTube and a like.
Give us a subscribe. Come on.
Smash that like button.
Smash that subscribe. Subscribe us.
On Spotify. Thanks for listening. Give us a rating if you haven't already. And if you have any questions, drop a comment. Let us know what you want us to talk about.
Yeah, we would love some comments. I don't know if we've gotten any. Have we? Oh, no, we have. We've had like 10.
Yeah, we've had some comments.
Give us some more, guys. We want more engagement.
Yeah.
We want to get the people going.
Exactly.
Anyways, yeah, we'll talk more about. There's a lot of running stuff that we didn't talk about. I guess we just talked about. Anyways, we'll talk about more shit on the next one.
Yeah.
So we appreciate it. Hope everyone stays safe, stays happy, has a great day, a whimsical day,
Yeah, full of happiness.
full of silly little dreams.
Exactly.
All right, I'm gonna go.
All right. Thank you
All
for
right.
watching, everyone.
Peace.
Peace.